What's up, Forge family? It's Nick. If you guys have been paying attention, or if you haven't, I've been off Instagram for the past week. After the 4th, I was just feeling kind of burnt out, and I thought it'd be a good time to kind of take some time to just not focus on putting out content like I always do. I was starting to think that maybe my content was getting a little weak, and you're just kind of rushing it just to put it out every day, and I just needed a week off. So I engaged with some of you guys. If you guys still messaged me, I was still on there. I was still looking at other posts and whatnot. I just didn't post anything myself. So I took the week off to kind of reflect, and I wanted to observe social media, mostly Instagram, from just a viewer standpoint, a consumer. And I see it through a different lens of being a physio. So I pay attention to a lot of the accounts that are out there, mostly just because you want to get ideas and you want to make sure that your content is good, and you want to be respected not only by the people who follow you and your fans, but also you want to be respected by your colleagues. So the content that you're putting out needs to be good, high quality, and I've always prided on putting out good content. I just do my absolute best to, with what I have, being a one-man show, to film and be as helpful as possible. So in this week off, I kind of got to observe a little bit more of how social media and how much I really dislike it. There's a lot of games, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and a lot of stuff you don't really see. And that goes for the people putting out content and for those who are consuming it. So the hard part is I want to start with the consumer. So to my followers, other followers, whoever happens to see this video, when you are on social media, you're on Instagram, you're trying to collect information, which is good. You're seeking out help. You're trying to help yourself. And sometimes it's hard to rifle through the trash. There's a lot of trash out there, and a lot of it's kind of repetitive, and there's a lot of yelling different voices from this corner, like, oh, I'm right. And what it boils down to is, if you are going to find somebody on Instagram, you might just like their content because it's fun and like you really relate with that person, but something you should always look for is making sure that their content is primarily evidence-based. So making sure it comes from science, making sure that the research supports what they're saying. If you are seeing something where somebody claims to be a guru or special in any way, chances are it's trash. So tread lightly. And I think it's good for everybody to ask questions. If anybody who's evidence-based is willing to answer a question, they should be. If they have a question about certain mechanics, or why this versus this, a good evidence-based clinician who actually gives a shit about you should be able to answer your question without emotions and with logic, and be able to hopefully help you out, as long as you're obviously open-minded. That would be my big take for the consumers. Tread lightly. There's a lot of trash, not just in the physio world, but fitness, nutrition. Some people don't know what they don't know, and that's scary. And some people do know exactly what they're doing, and they're just trying to capitalize on your attention and your money. So time is important, money is important. So if you're going to invest your hard-earned dollars and your hard-earned time and attention, stick to what's good. If you need help, I can direct you some awesome pages that can really help you out. I'm not going to call anybody else out specifically. I will just direct you to what I think is good. There's no more need for negativity on Instagram. As for my colleagues out there, I've started to notice that there's a little bit of a tier classification on popularity. So there are I think of it as like a caste system. So you have your elite class, your working middle class, and you have the newbies, or those who are just kind of getting into the Instagram game, and they're trying to get their voice out there. There's a lot of the lower and middle class, and you're just trying to get your voice out there. You're trying to be different. Maybe you're trying to find your niche. You don't know what your content's necessarily about, or if you do, you're just you're really honed in. And then there happens to be like this upper account where everybody's got like 100,000 followers or so, and there's only a handful of those, and some of them are really, really good, and they've been consistent, and they don't give into the gimmicks. They just put out good, solid content, and they're killing it on Instagram, and I really appreciate those guys. But just like those, there's some who maybe are putting out even better content. They don't have the huge followings, and that's unfortunate, but that's how it is. It's a popularity contest in some ways. So I'm starting to see a little bit more of this kind of you're trying to either trying to work your way up. You're seeing a little bit more of these like fake growth groups, and trying to like it's being posed as I don't want to put this, being posed as like creating a network, but it's really just through social media. And it's kind of a bummer because you see it out there, and some people are just like, yeah, let's all follow each other and comment on each other's stuff, but nobody knows like what that other person is posting, or they don't they're just like trying to do it because they're just trying to grow, which I get it. It's like you want to have a big account, you want to be famous, and I get it. But that's kind of like this bummer part about when you're trying to put your content out there, because you're just trying to get your voice out there so people can see you. And then you have these kind of like middle class accounts. You're somewhere between 10K and 50K, and you're putting out good stuff. You have a good set of followers. You kind of all know each other to some degree, and a lot of those accounts have some really, really good information, and they just don't have the eyes on it. I'm not sure why. I don't understand the algorithm of Instagram or how social media works. I just post stuff, and whoever sees it, awesome. And I try to be put out good, helpful information, and if you like it, I'm stoked. If not, I understand. There's a billion other accounts you can follow. And then I see this kind of the elite group of, they got a lot more followers. They're in the six figures, and some of them they're all friends with each other, which is cool, and everybody wants to be there to some degree. So I want you guys to call me out if I start seeming a little too big for my britches. Not that my page is huge or anything, but I don't want to be corny, and I don't want to lack integrity or be less genuine with those who follow me just to have a bigger account. I'm not going to try to play games with you guys. I would rather have people who trust me and have, I don't want to say fans, but have fans versus followers. People who really like to engage and comment, ask questions, be able to feel like you have a one-to-one channel with me. If you ever have questions or something I can help you with, if like, hey, I have this problem, I can come to Nick, and hopefully he can answer my question, or if he can't, I can direct you to somebody else who can do a better job than I do. But it's a bummer to see how much like Instagram is like high school with the clicks, and sometimes it's legit. You build good relationships with people. I've met two awesome friends who I actually talk to and text regularly that I've met through social media, and that's very authentic and very organic, which I've loved. And I've had some really awesome relationships with people that I've just met through social media. So from that aspect, I love that. But taking a step back this week and kind of observing stuff. It's kind of a bummer to see what's out there. So I've kind of taken this time to reflect, and I kind of want to change things up a little bit. I want to continue to put out good content because I think that's important, but there's a lot of other accounts who do the same thing as me. So, and they're bigger for it. And I want to continue to be quality, evidence-based, but I'm also going to mix in some other things that I think are fun. And I wanted this to be enjoyable. And I don't want to just put out content just because it's a job, because that's just not fun. So for those of you who have listened to me ramble on for 10 minutes now, appreciate it. I want to thank each and every one of you who followed along. I really do appreciate questions. I appreciate people addressing certain things, regarding to movement or nutrition, or, any way I can try to help you, give you the best answer. And I don't know all the answers. There's a lot of people who know far more than I do. But if there's anything I can do, I do want to continue to serve and put out good quality content, continue to put out fun stuff that's entertaining and not a complete snooze fest, because no offense, physical therapy is boring as hell. And I want to make movement fun. I want to make exercise something to be strived for. I want quality of movement and being able to do things you never thought you could do before, to be encouraging to people and bring that to the masses and kind of show people that there are good quality physiotherapists out there who care about you, who want to give you the best information possible and want you to live the best lives as possible. So thank you for hearing me ramble. If you guys have any questions at all, you know where to find me. Message me. I always link my email, my text, DMs, always open. Feel free to hit me up if there's anything I can do to help. So hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend if you guys see this, and talk to you next time.